Here's what the internet is actually obsessed with this week. I'm not going to give you any fluff. It's just pure trending gold, from VDM's Justice for Mohbad, now leading on to Justice for Naira Marley, and also dragging Iyabo Ojo by her gap tooth, by her blocos, to Tuface marrying Honorable Natasha Osawaru ni Idibia, and the sad loss of a young entrepreneur in Anambra State, Nigeria. So without wasting much of a time, let's dive into the trending news so far. And don't get me wrong, this trending news might be updated. There might be more news before, maybe by the time you guys are watching. So let's dive into the story. All right. Hello everyone, welcome back again to my channel. My name is Wemimo and I'm also known as That Mom of 5 and also known as TMO5 Candle Co. By the way, people are asking me why are they calling me That Mom of 5. The reason is because I've got 5 beautiful kids. So yes, I am not ashamed of my kids. With that being said, if you're new to my channel, welcome, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for always coming back. And if you are new, do not hesitate to subscribe. So guys, let me take you through the trending stories in this week, even though there's a sad one and there are some good ones that I'm sure you're actually looking forward to hearing from me. So let's dive into the story one after the other. Okay, so you guys know what has been happening between Nigeria versus Ghana in the past few days. So Nigeria must go. We now have Nigeria must go, as Ghanaians took to the streets to protest against an alleged Nigerian Igbo king in the past weekend, okay? And they claim that the rate at which crimes have skyrocketed in Ghana is as a result of the multitudes of Nigerians who are flowing, like massively flowing into Ghana. Guys, do you actually believe that Nigerians are flowing into Ghana? Leave your thoughts in the comment section. So as it is, the process carried on. It was meant to be on the 19th and then it was moved on to the 29th or 27th. So that happened over the weekend. Do you not think it's high time for the government in Ghana and Nigerian government to meet in order to resolve this? Because I just feel it doesn't make sense that all of these allegations are out and neither of these governments are saying anything about this. Guys, let me know what you think in the comment section, because I actually heard a couple of live streams on my channel with lots of disapproval and agreement, but let me know what you think about this case. Okay, moving on to the sad news of this trending news. So a young and hardworking Nigerian guy known as FishMagnet, an only son of Esther Chinyere Onyekesi, the Anambra State Abga woman leader. It has been alleged, or it was alleged, that FishMagnet was shot at his family home and then kidnapped to an unknown destination by unknown people, where his kidnappers demanded, after kidnapping him, demanded for a ransom of 10 million naira. His family raised this money. They were able to give it to them in about 20 minutes after it was requested for. They found his car a few hours later and his money point account was emptied. And his family also found his body, where his alleged kidnappers directed them to go and get him. So they found him half alive, but unfortunately he passed away. It has been alleged from a video I saw that this attack could have been from his competitors, as his products, or as he made his products much more affordable as compared to what others are selling. I'm going to leave that video here for you guys to watch at some point, okay?
You understand? Fish sellers angry with me because I came to the industry and I am crashing price for everybody. I am reducing the price. You get something like this, 30K. Huh? But FishMagnet knows that the country is hard. You know that the country is hard, so we are giving you fish at a reduced rate. We know that Tinubu dey seats, not T-Pain. 25K like this. 25K all this, huh? We'll cripple everything for you.
So his death has actually left his friends and family in deep pain, with many years. I've seen tons of videos expressing their condolences and mourning the loss of this young businessman. Okay, it's super sad. Okay, this sad news further highlights the height of insecurity in Nigeria, and I'm sure you will agree with me, and how the current government do not give two F's about insecurity. Even though they are telling us they are doing something, we don't see the evidence of that. My only prayer is that may the soul of this young man rest in peace, and I pray that the people who were involved in this case, in this kidnapping, gets arrested. Okay, Let's move along. So, Nigerians and President Tinubu are celebrating or celebrated the win of the Super Falcons as they claimed a record-breaking win at the 10th Women's African Cup of Nations in Morocco. So there was a win, Nigeria won. Yeah, so the 3-2 win victory against host country Morocco got the Nigerian president gifting the Super Falcons some cash. I heard he gifted them some buildings or houses as well. I don't know how true that is. Anyway, gifted them some valuable gifts. However, Nigerians had an issue with why the athletes were kneeling and crawling while Baba Tinubu gave them a welcome handshake. Here is a video of where they were kneeling and crawling. So guys, what do you think about this kneeling and crawling? Leave your thoughts and opinion as always in the comment section, because me, I think that they don't really need to be kneeling, because Baba was just, they deserve all of that. They deserve all of that. Anyway, let's move along. So I spoke about the dangers of GMO as Aproko doctor was dragged. So dangers of GMO to African farmers. Remember, like I said, Aproko doctor was dragged on X for promoting GMO because people believe that GMO is poisonous to African farmers. Well, I saw a video where at a hearing that was held in November last year, that labs that originally cleared Nigeria is not ISO certified. And yes, Gbadebo Rhodes Vivo was at the House of Representatives where he spoke about being against the adoption of GMO products. Meanwhile, Aproko doctor is telling us that it is the way to go. There is something DNA. That video, I'll put it in here so you guys can go watch. So guys, watch these videos and leave me the thoughts and opinion when you finish watching them in regards to what Gbadebo Rhodes had to say and the other guy, okay?
I attended the 7th annual conference of the NBMA 2 weeks ago, and they stated in the conference that their laboratories were going to be ISO certified. And I stand to say here that we don't have more than 3 ISO certified laboratories here in Nigeria. And I'm wondering which of the laboratories were certified enough to carry out GMO experiments in Nigeria. Number 2, risk assessments. We have asked many of them several times for risk assessments, and they never provided it to us. And that's because the risk assessments that was used in Nigeria from information from NBMA is from the FSA risk assessment, which is just for 2 years. And 2 years is not enough to evaluate the impact of GMOs on our health, on our environment, and also generally. Because there's sufficient proof that there's a 16-year research in Canada that shows that the use of pesticide increased by 244% when they kept using GMO crops. And I'm happy that she stated that pesticides cause cancer.
So when people say the world is a global village, we also have to understand that there are several parts of the world that have put prohibitive bans on this technology. This includes the European Union, and it also includes countries like Japan that are technological giants in this country and have chosen to put the safety and well-being of their citizens first. That's one aspect. The other aspect to consider is that when Nigerian farmers eventually start planting these things, export markets will be close to them, so they will not be able to export to some of our major export partners, which include the European Union and other countries in that vicinity. And there are also several countries in Africa also that have prohibitive bans on GMO foods. It's also important to note that while you mentioned that some grains from India cannot be accepted in Nigeria, we have found that the agency that's supposed to be regulating is acting more like a licensing agency than a regulatory agency. So if indeed you want to import these particular grains, you must get a license from this agency, and then you run into problems if you don't have the license. That's not necessarily putting in place biosafety for the generality of the people. We find that most of the institutions in this country have acted as surrogates, a testing ground, where the main work that creates this technology is done outside the country. So, for instance, BT Cowpea was actually done in Australia. And you find that a lot of these agencies are more of a rubber stamping for multinationals.
Okay.
Now,
so do you think Nigerian farmers need GMO seed or GMO product? Guys, let me know your thought and opinion in regards to the things that you watched in that video. Okay, now to the one that has been shaking the internet for the past few days, justice for Mohbad, which in a way has now turned to justice for Naira Marley. There's tons of videos on social media where a singular person who was not even present when Mohbad died is now being dragged amidst an alleged paid or act WhatsApp group message that allegedly contains the real story behind Mohbad's death. Also, one thing I really want you guys to think about is this. If Naira Marley release a song today, those who will listen to his song will do so, and those who will not listen to his song will not listen to his song. For me, I've never heard of Naira Marley's song before, except for that one that Mohbad sang, Okpoki, Okpoki, Okpokwa. How do they sing it? And the truth of the matter is also that the NPF already investigated and concluded this case. And if all the parties involved in this case, either because their names were called at some point or they had a kind of dealings with this case, if they were not happy about the decision, they should take their grievances to the police or the court. Oh, I forgot. In fact, do we still actually trust the Nigerian police? The truth of the matter is that bullying could lead to so many untold stories. And my advice for Iyabojo is that Iyabojo, keep mute, do not say a word to anybody anymore. Do your thing. Let's move along. So, Nigerian nurses begins a 7-day nationwide strike on Tuesday, 30th of July there, under the National Association of Nigerian Nurse and Midwives. This action followed after the end of a 15-day ultimatum issued by the Nursing Association to the federal government. And as always, this government, they did not do anything. They were not shaking. They had a meeting where there are some representatives who came there and they gave them the key demands. Like the Nursing Association gave them key demands of what they want. But as always, what did our government do? Nothing. What are the key demands? 1, gazetting the long-standing nursing scheme of service approved in 2016. 2, creation of a Department of Nursing within the Federal Ministry of Health. Number 3, key demands: revision of allowances, shift duty, uniform, call duty, retention, hazard. You guys saw how hospitals in Nigeria, some have been behaving raving madly, right? Number 4 demands: mass recruitment to address severe staffing shortages. And 5, implementation of a distinct salary structure, like make a proper adjustment, pay nurses what they are due. Okay, in case you don't know, around 90% of these demands reportedly carry no cost implications, since most of these relate to administrative implementation rather than increased spending. This government know where they want to spend money to, but into health they don't want to. This strike is starting to have an impact on the non-existing health sector in Nigeria. I'm sure you and I know that we don't have any existing Nigerian healthcare. You know, the governments are not backing down on what these nurses are asking for, and I don't understand why they are not listening and providing. Instead, they are hoping that if this government do not get back to them, they are going to extend the strike to for as long as possible. Let me remind you that over 42,000 nurses have left Nigeria for work abroad in the past. In the past 3 years, over 42,000 nurses have left, deepening the staffing crisis and the rising, this strike. In fact, I already saw a post saying that hospitals are already being impacted by the strike. They never start. They never start. Anyway, let's move on. Nurses, you are welcome in the UK if you find your way. Let's move on to another topic. So, Tuface weds Honorable Natasha Osawaru over the weekend, and I must say that their choice of outfit for the weddings conducted in 2025 is like their outfit was not compared to what if you are to wear it in 2025, what you will wear. Guys, not be my mouth and I go year waiting at 1 year. By the way, what I actually think is a bit classless or maybe a bit desperate was that when they were doing their menu, I'm going to pop a video here. They were playing "You Are My African Queen, Girl of My Dream." You and I know that song was a signed deal for ex-wife Annie Macaulay. Amidst all of the beautiful love marriage song that you can ask to play on your wedding day that should be on the playlist, you are now playing the song that Baba, that everybody in the world wide world know that song belongs to Annie Idibia, Annie Macaulay, should I say. Like, Natasha. Lastly, on the trending news, I came across DJ Copy's post where she said, in quote, "I remind God when I see wedding photos," and I was like, baby girl, this should be between you and God. And I understand that being a 32-year-old lady and not married yet, being an African mom, as an African parent, I might start to get worried for you. But announcing this openly to the world will only attract ayilolo and unserious men towards you. And while you are taking time, while you are in your baby girl era, why don't you just live for yourself? Travel, go shopping, spend all of daddy's money, and the right guy, the guy suitable just for you, will find you, or vice versa. So guys, this is where I am going to be dropping the mic for the trending news so far that kind of like caught my interest, and I thought, oh, let me bring it to you guys. So far, this is the story, and like I said, there might be other stories before the week actually runs out. So leave your thoughts and opinions as always in the comment section based on each of the topics, from the sad news to the trending Tuface being married and to the trending story of Verydarkman seeking justice for Mohbad. Leave all of your thoughts and opinion in the comment section as always. And if you've watched this video till now, you've not yet subscribed, what are you waiting for? Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and I shall see you in the next one. All right, bye for now. Bye.